What a very sweet surprise for the ones who have served our country so selflessly. Patients at the VA Hospital in Pineville got a special Valentine's Day treat from the newly crowned Miss Louisiana USA and Miss Louisiana Teen USA.
Alina Noakes has the story.
Hi, good morning. Happy Valentine's Day. We have a little something for you.
On a gloomy Valentine's Day, a little ray of sunshine.
Thank you.
And a very sweet surprise for those who have served our country from two ladies serving the state.
It's just another way of giving back, you know, meeting with the people here, just telling them how appreciative we are of them, how grateful we are for them and their service for our country.
This is for you.
Thank you.
The Alexandria VA Hospital was one of the first stops around the state for Sylvia Masters and Avery Crawford as the newly crowned Miss Louisiana and Miss Louisiana Teen USA.
Things like this aren't really something people do often, and I think it's important to honor our veterans, especially on Valentine's Day.
Their visit to the VA is one of several from community members and organizations who will offer patients a treat of appreciation during the National Salute to Veterans Week. It's an annual event carried out nationwide for the last 30 years, meant to encourage visits to hospitalized inpatient veterans.
We have a little something for you.
We encourage the community to get involved, veteran service organizations, local schools. It's important to have them involved and to let them see what veterans, what they mean to us.
Veterans received handmade cards made by students in local schools and veteran service organizations, as well as homemade treats and chocolate roses. A small token of appreciation.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your service.
For the big sacrifices service members make every day. For News Channel 5, I'm Alina Noakes.